It's time for episode 72 of Festpod, where we'll be looking at the Takeover at Download. If you're in a band and you'd like to play the Doghouse stage, the Takeover could be your chance. We've got updates from Download, Radar, Hammerdown and Glastonbury to give you. And in Augasm, our featured band section, this time we'll meet TheFiveHundred. All this and more coming up next on Festpod, the unofficial rock festival guide, right after this short message from our sponsor.
Are you looking for that last-minute festival essential? Or maybe you just want to travel light to get your whole camping setup when you arrive on site? The good news is that Fat Frank's Camping Shop will take care of all your festival camping essential needs. From camping chairs to blow-up airbeds, cosy duvets to festival cooking sets, Fat Frank has it all. And what's more, Fat Frank offers a click and collect service at several UK festivals. So head to fatfrankscampingshop.com to order now, or visit Fat Frank and the lads at your favourite festival. Fat Frank's Camping Shop, the official sponsors of Festpod, the unofficial rock festival guide.
Welcome to Festpod. The unofficial rock festival guide. Episode 72, recorded on the 14th of March, 2025. I'm Neil Wilkinson with the news about your favourite rock festivals, our live music guide for the coming months, and some special things we've found in Festpod Favourites. We'll also be chatting to the band TheFiveHundred in our new feature, Augasm, with an AU. Now let's meet my fellow host all the way from deepest, darkest, Welshiest, northeast Wales. It's Rich Holmes.
Pronoun da, Mr. Wilkinson.
Don't you dare swear at me.
How are you? I'm just recovering from deep-throating my microphone during the intro.
Okay. It's quite. We've not seen you do that before.
No, it's kind of quite erotic as well. It's a good
job. You enjoyed
job.
that one, did you?
Yeah, that's a good job. This is rated 18, isn't it?
As long as it only goes in your mouth.
Oh, cheeky. It certainly wouldn't be going in my mouth if it'd been anywhere else. I tell you that now.
No, because it's foam covered, isn't it?
Indeed.
Are you ready for another episode?
I mean, are we? Who knows? I mean...
Well, we've got one planned, so
we've got one planned. We're both here.
We are here.
I'm sitting behind a microphone. My microphone is live.
Yeah,
You're sitting behind yours. Yours is live.
It's live, yeah.
Hang on, there's only two of us.
If you're wondering where Aaron Prime is,
I am
he's recovering from his latest tour with Crushed by Waves.
Ooh, that little last-minute jobby.
Yes. Well, it wasn't a job. It was very good, actually.
Wait.
Sorry, it's going to be one of them silly episodes.
But fair play. I mean, just quickly, they've just played Camden Underworld. What an iconic venue. So Tom, Aaron, Andy, Dan, fair play, boys. I think you've made it now, haven't you?
Yeah, I think they have. They hit the big time. So there are two versions of the show, audio and video. The video is on YouTube and the audio is on your podcast app. Just search for Festpod to find it. It's free to subscribe. Keep up to date with us on the socials by looking for Festpod and find all of our links, including our merch and our Patreon at festpod.co.uk. So let's get started with the festival news.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
So, that's
or air horn. I was just whooping, but I'm farting. But air horn does the job.
Okay. So the Download Takeover is something that we cover every year. Now, the Takeover, just to refresh your memory, or if you haven't heard about this before, is where bands who are not huge get invited to take over the Doghouse stage in the village, or District X, as some people call it. And this is opening now. It's happening now. if you're listening between the 7th of March and the 21st of March, 2025, because that's when submissions are open. You can get in touch with the Takeover up until the 21st of March at 6 p.m. Now, the quite thingy about that, you've got to be in with your submission by 6 p.m, otherwise it won't count.
Absolutely. And any bands who are thinking of it, it's well worth doing. Just remember, it's got to be live footage, the video, and live sound as well. It's not required to be beautifully edited, but the requirement is no studio sessions. They want live performances.
Yeah, so basically you submit a couple of videos and they get looked at by a panel of judges, including people who were involved on stage and actually got through to the Takeover performances last time. And that panel will discuss, whittle it all down, and if you're lucky, you will be picked. So let's take a look at the all the details of the Takeover. Right, the post on their Facebook page, there is an Instagram page and a Facebook page, just so you can have a proper look at the details if you're interested, says, remember, you must submit a live footage video, live sound too. You can also add an edited MV music video, for those who don't know what MV means, if you wish, but this is not a requirement. No studio sessions. We don't care if it's mobile phone footage or fancy camera footage. Don't submit an entire set. We've a lot of bands to listen to and not a lot of time to listen to it. So submit the song that best represents your band. You have 2 weeks to submit your entry. You don't have to do it at exactly 6:01 p.m. Answer all the questions on the form. So there is a form to fill in. Submissions close Friday the 21st of March at 6 p.m. No late entries will be accepted in block capitals. They're serious. So yeah, go to the Facebook page or the Instagram page for Takeover at Download if you know somebody who's in a band and they should be bigger than they are, tell them to get on it. So next, Download has, on the 4th of March, so we're a little bit behind, they had a Facebook page that said 100 days to go till Download 2020. In fact, what does that say? DLXXII. That confuses me, that, because it's not numbers. 22, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got a few extra bits of news here, which I thought was worth repeating to you. The countdown is well and truly on until we're back at the spiritual home of rock, which is a big claim. So to mark the occasion, here's what DLXXI looks like in numbers. Well, it's DL22, isn't it, in numbers? But anyway, 22 years of Download Festival. Just ignore me. 22 years of Download Festival. 9 stages across the site. Were you aware of that?
I am now. Well, you think you've got your 4 in the main arena. You've got Doghouse. You've got Park Farm Bar.
Oh, well, God, yes.
Yeah. There's usually a little kind of something else going on with a brand partner who might have a little stage with a little session on or something.
Yeah.
Comedy stage.
Yes. Need one more.
The cinema tent. There might be something on in there as well.
God, yeah. Today, so right, yeah, because where I got confused there was they used to have the comedy tent that used to double up as something else, didn't it? Or am I got confused there?
Comedy tent used to double up as silent disco and other various things during the day sometimes. I get confused now after this whole change to District X and it being on hard standing, which is great, by the way, but
yeah,
I get confused now. I'm getting too old and forgetting things.
The thing is, we've both been going to Download for a very long time, and things get lodged in your brain, don't they, as to what things are, but then it changes, and I think, oh, is it still that? I don't know.
Yeah.
120 plus artists, which is a hell of a job to book, I would imagine. Green Day, Sleep Token, and Korn on the main stage, not the Apex stage. We're not calling it that. The Apex stage isn't a thing. To new talent on the Avalanche and Dogtooth stages, to DJs and secret sets in District X. They're expecting 90,000 fans at Donington Park. They've got 30,000 download T-shirts in production. Now, what percentage of those will be suitable for gentlemen like us of a larger vintage?
Probably 1%.
Not enough. 6,000 new download patches in production.
Nice.
Are they going to sell all 6,000?
I reckon.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
5,000 members of crew needed to build the site in 20 days. Wow. 3,690 barrels of beer and cider being brewed as we speak.
So that's my order. Where's the rest of it?
3,000 download rubber ducks in production. I'm confused by the rubber ducks. Who was asking for download rubber ducks?
People enjoy them. It's not for me, but people enjoy them.
I don't get it. 3,000 download pin badges in production. 1,500 plus yurts, chalets, teepees and airstreams in RIP Metal Meadow. Yeah, they certainly cram them in there, don't they?
They certainly do.
93.1... Oh, hang on.
931.56 acres of land to host Download Festival.
See, my brain is fucked at the moment.
It is.
300 bottles of champagne on the band riders.
Seems a bit low.
See, yeah, it does seem low, doesn't it? 200 horns thrown by the Download Dog across the weekend.
Now, if I don't see 200 horns being thrown by the Download Dog, I'm going to get them under the Trade Descriptions Act. So, Download Dog, I'm going to be watching you.
Yeah. 170 food and drinks traders on site. All charging £9 for a burger. 150 miles cycled by the heavy metal truants to get to Download each year.
Excellent.
127 big green coach vehicles used to get fans to the festival in the greenest possible way. 57 golf buggies on site to transport artists and crew. I hope we get one.
We should be so lucky. I'm jealous of those 57 golf buggies.
57's quite a lot, isn't it?
It is. Big site, though.
They can spare one for us, can't they? 48 countries represented by fans. 46 tattooists on site. 46 tattooists?
Does that mean there's 46 who are going to be tattooing on site, both main arena, guest area and backstage, or does that mean people who work as tattoo artists who just happen to be at the festival as well?
It's not very many if it's 46. 34 hours of live music, 20 British Sign Language interpreters available for customers.
They're the best.
Yeah, they're good. 17 countries represented on the lineup, 8 vegan food outlets, which doesn't seem very many to me, but I guess it's enough. 3 secret sets in District X. That's the village, isn't it?
The village, yes.
I keep having to translate things from Apex, Opus, District X. Right. So we've got 3 secret sets to look forward to. Who do you want? Crushed by Waves.
Festpod Live and Waterlines.
Waterlines, fine. Can't confirm, though. Can't confirm if that's correct, though, because they're secret. They're secret sets.
Yeah.
Have to find out on the day. 4 exclusive plush download dog designs in production. That's interesting. They're pushing the boat out there a bit, aren't they?
I mean, they had a few designs of Download Dog last year, didn't they, as well? Well, they went down very well, so...
They had Diablo with the skeleton.
Yes.
When I say the names of them, these are my names.
Your
that I've
names,
given.
yes.
I've got Diablo. See, I'm going to have to get him. Right. Okay.
Now
So
we're
we've got-
getting serious.
Yeah. Yes. Well, you've got Denzel, who's here. Then you've got Diablo, who I think was he an RIP gift?
He was.
Okay. And you've got Devon, who I bought with his leather jacket on, which actually I think is quite cool.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've been watching or listening to Festpod for quite a while, you might be aware of Trish Rayner, who has appeared on the podcast many times, giving advice. But she gets one every year. She gets a download dog every year. And so I can't imagine what her collection looks like.
It'd be quite amazing. Trish, if you're watching or listening, send us a picture of your collection. We'll get it up on our socials.
We will. I'd be even more impressed if she's named each one. I can't see that being the truth. You never know.
You never know.
2 download dog groomers on site.
Now, when they say groomers, let's move on.
One and only time McFly have performed. Oh, so they're not coming back then?
I cannot wait for McFly.
I know, it's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be busy. In fact, you predicted that McFly would be coming this year. I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember, yes.
When we were talking about Busted. One unforgettable weekend of the best rock and metal music the world has to offer. Okay. And zero, the marketing team have had a go at this, haven't they? 0 kilowatts of unrenewable energy used to power the rock retreat. So I guess they've got some solar panels or something, maybe.
Clearly.
A couple of AA batteries. Or a big D.
Ooh.
Remember them? The big D batteries.
Big D battery, yeah.
Of a big D. Anyway, so that's... So I mean, we can basically take from that there's a lot of people going, there's a lot of rubber ducks in production.
A lot of beer.
And
4 download dogs.
And 3 secret sets.
Yeah, that's an important one.
Yeah, it is, exactly. How many do we normally get? 3 or 4? I mean, how many secret sets do we normally get it download? Is it more than
sometimes
1?
0, sometimes 1, sometimes 2. It really depends on the year and what's going on. So the fact that
at
it's
least,
getting advertised so early as there's going to be 3.
Yeah. Well, they must be solidly booked in. But at least we know where they're happening. It's in the village.
Indeed.
So we're moving on because to be honest, last episode we covered download quite heavily, and it's just lineup updates. So there isn't a lot to say apart from that. So we're moving on now to Rock Am Ring. You like a bit of Rock Am Ring, don't you, Rich?
I like a good ring.
Now this happens between the 6th and the 8th of June. So it's very close to Download Festival. And, ideally, because Download happens between the 13th and the 15th of June, so it's basically a week later.
Indeed.
And if you can cope with having 2 massive national scale festivals one week after the other, then good luck to you. But, if you happen to be listening to this and you are doing Rock Am Ring, wow, tell us about it, because we'd love to go. We love this. We love the idea of going to... there's 2 with the Rock Am Ring and Rock Im Park.
Yeah.
Do you know what the difference is?
Well,
one's in a ring and one's in a park.
One's at the Nürburgring racetrack and the other's in a park.
Do we know which park?
A park in Germany.
Well, that's very specific. So Rock Am Ring has sold out, but there are still last tickets on sale available for Rock Im Park. Im in German means in the, so it's Rock in the Park. When my German from when I was 11 years old has come in useful.
Well done.
Do you speak any other languages apart from Welsh and English?
I struggle with them 2, to be honest with you. So,
yeah. So no.
No. I did Spanish in school. Spanish and French.
Do you use it?
But Steph's fluent in German.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Okay, didn't know that. So Rock Am Ring, 100 acts, 4 stages, 2 legendary anniversaries. Rock Am Ring and Rock Im Park are celebrating a festival year of superlatives in 2025. Something tells me this wasn't written by a native English speaker. With headliners like Slipknot, Korn, and Bring Me the Horizon, as well as other top-class acts like The Prodigy, Rise Against, KIZ, Contra K, Weezer, Bullet for My Valentine, Spirit Box, Beat Steaks. Stop beating your steak, Rich, I'm talking. Fine Azana Fish Fillet, and many more. You can expect an unforgettable weekend full of live energy. Now, there's one or two acts there that I don't know. I don't know if that was clear from the way I was reading it out or not. Biffy Clyro are playing there.
Biffy fucking Clyro.
A Day to Remember, whose album has just been released. It's quite good, actually, if you like that sort of thing. Rise Against, Heaven Shall Burn, Spirit Box, who I've been listening to quite a bit lately. In Flames, Sleep Token, Idols, Lorna Shaw, Korn, and I'm going to try and say this word at the bottom here. Und weitere. Don't know what that means. And something.
And more.
And more, is it?
It's, yeah. And you got to say, Rockham Ring, Rocking Park are always banging lineups. They always look absolutely incredible. And we will get over there. And we will drink German beer.
Oh, God, that's something I didn't think of, actually, Rich. Is the fact of all the German... Can you imagine all the German food stalls?
Yeah, I'd be in heaven. I really would. I really would.
Now, you're making me want to go. You're making me want to go to this. Because of the food. Never mind Slipknot. It does. It looks huge. From the video that we're looking at here, it just looks immense. I mean... You know, if it's obviously Rockham Ring, which is at Nürburgring, which is there's huge. What do we call them? Places where you can sit and watch.
Stadium seating, or
look in the background.
Yeah,
all that seating at the back.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you get great views.
Indeed.
So yeah. Rock in Park tickets are still available if you're bothered about that. If you're not going to download and you happen to be in Germany, there you go. Now, hammerdownfestival, which is happening in Brighton, the south of the country, has added 4 more bands. Those being the Hot One 2, Dublin Extreme Metalers, Horrenda, Zero, with big riffs and killer screams, and Leave No Witness. So that's looking like a pretty full lineup by now, isn't it? This is happening on July the 19th and July the 20th, so it's now a 2-day festival. It's got 2 stages. Onwards and upwards, he's making progress. Bleed Again are there as well.
Yeah, and obviously our friends Crushed by Waves.
Crushed by Waves.
Felix Lake, Waterlines. It looks incredible. Harry Hammercock has done Dream State. So it's just such a good 2-day festival. It's so well booked. It's incredible, and I think we should do everything in our power to get down there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's happening at Chalk and Dust in Brighton, and tickets are from £40. And to be honest, that's a bargain for what you're getting.
It is a bargain.
2 days, 2 stages in Brighton, in the sun, in July. Wow, what more do you want? So, yeah, congratulations to Harry Hammercock. See, I nearly said something really inappropriate then, so that filter's working well. Another tiny little bit of download news is the Download Family. Remember I was talking about this new email sort of thing that they've started doing called Download Family. Now, multiple secret sets. There might be some more clues in this Download Family email So let's take a look at the thing. This is what we get sent. Issue 2, 5th of March. New perks inside. We always want perks. Picture of some lovely summery-looking costumes there on some downloaders. Welcome back. Your second issue of Download Family is here. So there's no need to subscribe because I'm going to read it all out for you. Scroll for more perks and another family first. We recently announced 20 plus new bands. Less than 100 days to go. Family pre-sale. Okay, so now they've got Slayer live at Cardiff's Blackweir Fields and London's Finsbury Park happening in July with Amon Amarth, Anthrax, Mastodon, Hatebreed and Neckbreaker.
Such a good fucking lineup, that is.
You like this one? You've got London tickets still available, but Cardiff has sold out. So that's still available. So, and like you say, great lineup.
£104.50 is the face value of a ticket for the London gig for general admission. So yeah, VIP starts at 176, and you know what, 105 notes for that lineup, I think, is absolutely worth every penny of it.
Even VIP isn't that bad, is it?
It's not, to be fair. It's not.
I mean, I don't know what you get. But
You get a chill out area, a VIP bar that sells cocktails, champagne, beers, wines, spirits and soft drinks. Food trucks selling gourmet food, cloakroom facilities, luxury restrooms, and a commemorative VIP wristband. However, obviously the bar is an additional cost, the food trucks are an additional cost, and the cloakroom has an additional charge on it as well.
Yeah, I can't see a cloak. Why do they list that as a benefit? There's a cloakroom in most places, isn't there?
Well, maybe there's not anymore. Maybe we're just old. Maybe we're just old, Neil.
Anyway, so yeah, VIP. If you've got shit tons of money or a good credit card, then yeah, fine. But for regular people like you and me, £100 odd for all them acts there. That's great. And now they have included a voucher code for Big Green Coach in this latest email. So the Big Green Coach that takes you to all the different places, not just download, to be honest, but on different days as well. You get £5 off when you go into download with the code DLFamily25. I mean, £5 is £5, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's half a burger. Or some chips. So yeah, that offer ends on the 23:59 on the Sunday the 30th of March. So get booking. They've also got, by the look of it, an interesting T-shirt. Last chance to order a limited edition Bound by Sound T-shirt using the code DownloadFamily25. So there's what the hell is that? Oh, it's supposed to be DNA strands or something.
Oh yes, yeah, but maybe, yeah.
It's not entirely clear from that picture, but yeah. So there's a T-shirt that you can get. So, I'm trying to get excited about this, Rich. I really am. And then the last bit says multiple secret sets confirmed for download. XXII. Don't miss this tune, but without any extra information about it. So fine. I mean, you know, it's a way of keeping people thinking about download, I suppose.
Yeah, it is.
Next up, let's have a look at Radar. Now, you know how much I love Radar.
You've never mentioned it.
I've never mentioned it, not just because it's in Manchester and it's indoor. It's a great festival. They make some fantastic bookings, and I've had some great times going there. Fully recommended by us. So they have actually added some new bands to their lineup. They've been when we did our Radar episode, we were just before all of the new lineup coming out, but now there's been 3 waves of band announcements since then. So let's take a look at the lineup as it currently stands. Right, so they've added Bob Vylan as a headliner.
Wowzers.
And also Carpenter Brute, Under Oath, Vukovi, As December Falls, Lastel, Dream State, Shelf Lives, RTO. Day tickets are available now for O2 priority customers through Ticketmaster, though. Do you know what? Let's have a look at this beautifully, brightly coloured.
Always love the colour scheme for Radar.
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
Lots of scary looking cats there, though.
Yeah, they love cats. Their merch has cats on it. You don't see cats when you go to it.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, you never know what to expect, to be honest. So, but there's cats all over the lineup poster, and beautifully bright in pink and cyan and orange or yellow. Some really interesting bookings here. So, I mean, as is always the case with Radar, to be honest, I don't know a lot of these bands, but they are all great, because when you go and see them, they don't disappoint. Carpenter Brute, Zia Lanada, As December Falls, who were great. As Everything Unfolds, who were great. Lake Malice, Ghost Kid, Floyer, Future Palace, Cyan Kicks, Avrilize, Tropic Gold, Mother Vulture. This is new. An After Party, The Algorithm DJ set. Okay, very interesting. Bob Vylan on the Saturday. Normandy, Intervals, Novelists, Alt, ALLT, Alt, not sure. Another one, ONI, Oni.
Yeah.
Pint Glass, who were in our video in that episode, but what happened was, they came on in place of another act, but we didn't know that, and we only got there after they started, so we didn't know it wasn't the act that it was, on the actual lineup. It was Pint Glass, the guys with the high visors on.
Yes.
Great act. Shelf Lives, Arch Echo, Lastel, Air Drawn Dagger, and Deity's Muse, with an after party to be announced. Under Oath on the Sunday, Vukovi, Yornaka. David I don't even know half of these bands, to be honest. I can't say them. David Maxim, MICIC, or David Maxim Mikic.
I like that.
You like it? Dream State, RTO, Tiberius, Continents, Gen or Jen, don't know, Hero in Error, and the incredible Waterlines on the Sunday. As well as a band called the 900 Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Band.
They played the Doghouse stage at Download last year.
Really? Did you see them?
We did see them as we were...
Did we see them?
They played after the Takeover.
Did they?
Yes.
I think I was exhausted by that point.
Yes,
so
you were.
Yes. So I don't remember it.
You're beginning one of many sleeps of the weekend.
Oh, for fuck. That's probably, as soon as I'd stopped speaking to Bleed again, I think I'd started, because it was a very long, tiring day. That it's funny, isn't it, how it takes you out of you just standing there talking to people.
It is absolutely knackering.
Anyway, so that's Radar. So get your asses down to O2 Victoria Warehouse in Manchester. It's a fantastic weekend, and you won't regret going. It's brilliant. Now, they've also got an app that they've launched. Now, this is new for Radar, because it's still quite a young festival. But they have launched an app with all of the, just like what you would expect, basically all the, the lineup and the stage splits and timings and stuff like that. Which I think it's just you need it, really, don't you? If you're going to run a fairly big festival, I mean, it's probably medium sized, but they've launched for iOS and Android. Sadly, not for Windows Phone or Nokia Phone, if you've still got one of those. Sorry, just ignore me. There is now an app, so that's good stuff for anyone going to Radar. I'm very peculiar, Rich, this week. This episode. I don't know why.
You're always peculiar, Mr. Wilkinson.
Just stop me. Just tell me to shut up.
Shut up.
Glastonbury is happening this year. Now, there's something that neither of us has been to before.
No, I would love to, and do you know what? I know we both would love to actually, but the lineup this year is actually it's interesting to me. I mean, you've got the 1975, Biffy fucking Clyro, Alanis Morissette, Busta Rhymes, Wet Leg, Fatboy Slim, just picking a few out from the Friday, Franz Ferdinand, Supergrass. On the Saturday, you've got Neil Young, legend, Charlie XCX,
Supergrass,
Ray, Deftones. And it's kind of Bob Vylan, just Kaiser Chiefs, The Script, Scissor Sisters, Weezer,
hey.
Nova Twins. On the Sunday, you've got Olivia Rodrigo, Rod Stewart, The Prodigy, Nile Rodgers and Chic, Wolf Alice, Libertines, AJ Tracy, Celeste. It just goes on, and you look down this, and Snow Patrol, if you like that sort of thing, and Maccabees. And this is the thing about Glastonbury, is that it was really something for everybody. And you'd probably only see 10% of those bands. So it's such a big site, from what I understand, that getting around isn't easy. Getting stage to stage isn't easy. And there's also so much other stuff that's going on across the site that's not music related. But I think this is a really good music lineup for Glastonbury this year.
Yeah, you can't deny they've booked some absolute belters.
Gary Newman's in there as well. Didn't see him.
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, it's such a huge site. You've got to wonder how much, particularly if you're somebody with accessibility requirements, how much you're going to end up seeing.
I think for accessibility customers, there's kind of like, I believe there are kind of little shortcuts through between areas. But I know a lot of people who go to Glasgow who are going for the music just camp at one stage and don't move for the weekend or don't move for the day. And that's fine.
But let's be honest, even if you're at one stage the whole time, the chances of you actually seeing the stage are quite slim, because at Glastonbury, they're quite happy for you to come in with great big flags.
Yeah, that's kind of the one thing for me that puts me off the festival is I hate the flags. And it's kind of it's become iconic. It's like an icon for Glastonbury, isn't it?
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like, it just ruins the experience as a punter. It might make it look good on TV. It might make it, look good for the people who are holding the flags. But for the people who are having to stand a bit further back,
which is most of us,
you ain't gonna see shit.
Yeah. You can say, "Oh, I've stood in the same field as Alanis Morissette." It's if you manage right. If you're able to get to the front or anywhere reasonably far forward, you might be in with a chance of actually seeing the stage. I think they do put up big TV screens, don't they, so that you can at least watch that.
They do, and I think we're thinking about kind of the pyramid stage and the other stage as kind of the ones you see most on TV. I mean, I think the smaller stages are a lot more easy to get to and see. So I think, if you're lucky enough to have bands that you want to see on the smaller stages, then you're gonna have a good time still. I mean, you're gonna have a good time anyway. The atmosphere more than anything else. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I can't really comment because I've not been. But
no,
not yet, anyway.
I think it would be lovely to get some correspondents on who have been or are there, that could talk to us about Glastonbury. It's happening at the end of June, the 25th to the 29th at Worthy Farm. I mean, I do know people who've been. And the thing is about Glastonbury is because it's so big, everybody's experience of it is different. It's not like most people are going to one stage. There's that many people going to that many different stages, and not just stages, but sort of areas, because they've got sort of, hippie type areas where you can go and... Is it hippie fields?
Yeah. I mean, I know people who have been to Glasgow and haven't watched a single band all weekend. So, because there's that much other stuff going on. So, it's a festival of the arts, isn't it? So,
yes. Yeah. You can basically build your own festival, isn't it? You can have whatever kind of Glastonbury you want. If you want to go and try and see all the bands that are on, then you can.
It's gonna fuck you, but you can try.
Yeah, it's a completely different experience to download. I mean, for one, it's televised. So you can, to be honest, I've always enjoyed Glastonbury from my front room and my sofa. A lot easier, and don't have to walk everywhere.
Well, you can just sit with a can of warm cider and, we're just
it's
like
not the same experience, I'll accept that. But, maybe one day, hey?
Yeah,
maybe
one day. We'll do it.
Add it to the list of festivals that we want to go to. Now, SpudMan, who you may remember from our coverage of Bloodstock, is returning to Bloodstock for 2025. Hallelujah! According to a video from Vicky herself.
I mean, she's going to know, isn't she?
She's going to know. If anybody knows, she knows. Good news. Because, it was, by all accounts, a very popular stall. People liked what he was selling. And he's a bit of a name. He's a bit of a potato celebrity, isn't he?
He is certainly top of the spuds. And nice guy. Great potatoes. Great amount of topping. Tasty fuck, you know what I mean? It's everything you want in festival food. It's filling.
Yeah. It's
stodgy. It's going to suck up the beer for you, and it's going to see you through as well. And yeah, I quite enjoyed my visits to Mr. Man of Spud, Bloodstock, and I will be looking forward to seeing him very much again this year.
Hopefully, actually, I always forget the name of this. The pie shop.
Barnaby Sykes.
Barnaby Sykes,
yeah.
Hopefully that's returning.
Let's start a petition, if not.
Because I love a pie.
The pies from there were wonderful. They really were. I'm getting really hungry now.
I know, we're just talking about food. So that's good. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the final list of all the food vendors that's coming. Because we always, food is a topic that we can all get behind.
Absolutely, I think the food at Bloodstock's always been really good. To be fair, and we spend a lot more time talking about food at Bloodstock than we do about anywhere else, because I think we have a culinary experience at Bloodstock as well as the music. And
there's lots of interesting food stalls there that you want to try.
Yeah,
and because they're a bit more close together than they are at somewhere like Download, they're all in a sort of circle, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
You can just work your way around.
Yeah, you can. Or if you want a main from one and you want a side from another, bosh, you're hitting two at once. Now just think, if you had a SpudMan with a Barnaby Sykes next door, you could have pie and potato.
Now, Rich, this is fat man thinking. I like this. I like this very much. Because I'd never considered doing that, but you're putting ideas into my head. Oh, yeah. No, I need to stop. I need to stop. Can't go for the pies this year. I need to stop because I'm ballooned and it's shocking.
Gadzooks.
festivals. There's a download here, and there's a Bloodstock here, and there's 10 years of download here. Anyway, probably longer than that by now. Anyway, so that's good news for anyone who likes potatoes.
I love a spud.
Love a spud. Right, so
Once again, Festpod descends into chaos.
yes, yeah, it's a bit of a mad one, this one. I'm sorry. We're usually much more together. It'll be all right in the edit.
Yeah, nobody likes
Because
it.
it always is. Cut me out. So that is all of our festival news for this episode. But still to come, we'll meet the 500. We'll get our gig guide, and we'll find out what special things we've found in Festpod Favourites right after this.
Hey, we're Phoenix Lake. You're listening to Festpod. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for that last minute festival essential? Or maybe you just want to travel light and get your whole camping setup when you arrive on site? The good news is that Fat Frank's Camping Shop will take care of all your festival camping essential needs. From camping chairs to blow-up airbeds, cosy duvets to festival cooking sets, Fat Frank has it all. And what's more, Fat Frank offers a click and collect service at several UK festivals. So head to fatfrankscampingshop.com to order now, or visit Fat Frank and the lads at your favourite festival. Fat Frank's Camping Shop, the official sponsors of Festpod, the unofficial rock festival guide.
Welcome back to Festpod. Now, it's time for our gig guide.
Ooh.
So, what gigs or festivals are coming up? There's quite a bit actually, because we're starting to chug along into 2025. The first one I want to mention is Waterlines and Rituals, who I happen to be wearing on my t-shirt for those who are listening. It's a co-headline gig, basically, with Rituals and Waterlines. They have special guests within reach and Veiled, our old friends Veiled from Leeds. Round one, I love this poster actually that they've made. Northern Dirtbags, they've called it. So round one, starting in Western Supermare.
Super. At the Electric Banana.
Yes, on the 10th of April. Then London 229, which I'm hoping is the name of the venue, on the 11th and the 12th. Southampton, hope you're listening, Sarah. Suburbia, which is going to be great. Round two kicks off on the 17th of April in Nottingham at Billy Bootleggers. The 18th in Leeds at Hyde Park Book Club, which sounds like a very tame venue, but it probably isn't.
Hoity-toity place.
Hoity-toity place. And in Manchester on the 19th of April at Lions Den. Good old Lions Den. Yeah.
I love that. I do love that venue.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Downforlifemusic.co.uk for your tickets. That's a great set of gigs for April.
Great bunch of lads.
Great bunch. Oh yeah, and a great bunch of lads, Rich. Yes. What have you got?
So what I've got is Volbeat this week announced the greatest of all tours, which hits the UK in November of this year. Now this is a massive tour, which isn't just UK, but tickets are between 45 and 55 quid, depending on where you are in the arenas. But I've got tickets to Manchester, which I'm quite excited about. They start off on November the 5th. Remember the 5th of November, because Volbeat are playing in Nottingham at the Motorpoint Arena before moving to South Wales on the 6th of November to play Cardiff Arena. They then head back up north to Manchester at the AO on the 8th of November before going north of the border to Glasgow to play the OVO Hydro. They head back down south to the Midlands on the 12th of November, where they play in Birmingham, before finishing off the UK leg at the OVO Arena at Wembley in London on November the 13th.
Wembley.
Tickets are available now on Ticketmaster. I'll be at Manchester, living the dream.
Right, so if there's a gig, a festival, or a piece of music you'd like to recommend, let us know on the socials or in the comments below. Just search for Festpod. Or send us an email, info@festpod.co.uk. Next, let's get to know a band who we think you should know in Augasm.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Andy, and I play bass in the 500.
I play guitars in the 500. Andy and I met, 14 years old in Gibraltar, where we're originally from. I think we met in school, and I looked over at Andy's pencil case, and he had some questionable new metal bands scribbled on there, like Cold Chamber or Mudvayne. And I thought, oh, he's probably cool. That's how we got to know each other. Started playing in bands within a few months, and then moved over to the UK. I'd say Meshuggah is a very strong influence. You can hear that with the 8-string guitars and the heavy, syncopatic riffs, but also a lot more melodic elements, like perhaps Bad Omens.
Elements of North Lane, I think, at the moment.
Yeah.
Certainly on this album, at least. So this is our third album, so we're gradually finding our feet.
Yeah, sonically, it sounds almost like a totally different band. You sound completely different to the first two records. The only reason you'd probably recognise it's TheFiveHundred is because John, our vocalist, has a very distinctive voice. He has a very original and distinctive voice, so when you hear his voice, you can tell who it is. But apart from that, everything else sounds very different. It's a lot more expansive, a lot more like soundscapes. It's almost a bit more of a proggy elements to the album. Songs bleeding into each other, and almost chunks of the album are one continuous piece of music rather than 4 or 5 separate tracks. A lot less screaming, which is going to piss off a few people. It'll probably piss off a load of old fans, but we'll probably gain a load of new fans, and we're kind of okay with that. When I'm writing music for myself. It may sound selfish, but I don't think it can be any other way. You can't create a piece of art thinking about who's going to like it and who's going to not like it, because one, it'll drive you mad, and two, what will come out will invariably be, you will have fudged the artistic process and created something that's not very authentic. I think I trust my own tastes. I trust what I feel is good. Perhaps in a cocky way, I think if I think it's good enough, then other people will enjoy it.
Over the course of 3 albums and working with producers and being in the studio and understanding what a live show should be like for us and for fans in the audience, whether subconsciously or not, certainly for me, that does come into play to some extent when I'm putting something together.
Yeah.
But the overriding sense for this album isn't about other people, it's about what we wanted to achieve rather than anybody else this time.
We know what gets a room jumping up and down and bouncing, and we obviously enjoy that when we play live. So when we write music, we write stuff that we know is going to go down well, not because we aim to just people please, just because we want to have fun on stage. We've always worked with Justin Hill, who people might know from vocalist in Sixth, but he's more a producer these days than a vocalist. He's an amazing professional. He can really bring out the best in each song and bring out the best in each of us. Some of these songs take on a completely new life. I spent a day with him in the studio, and we walk out at the end of the evening thinking, wow, I had no idea the song was going to end up like that.
Like if you, and I don't play video games, but if you were a video game player and you unlock a certain level that you've been trying to hit for a while, that's how it feels like for me, because we write them at home, self-produced effectively, and then we put the songs together, got an idea of what we want to achieve with the song, and we're pleased, like, oh, this is cool, that's got a good hook, that's got a heavy bit or whatever. But now we know that by the time we've left, like I said, left the studio that day or the next day or whatever it is with Justin, it's just that, it's beast mode, and that's it's like the final fighter in I don't know, Mortal Kombat or something. That's cool.
All we'd ask people is go listen to us, come down to a show, because that's when you see the best of the 500. We're not a studio band, we're definitely a live band.
The single you heard there was The Death of All We Know, which is out now, as well as the album Ghostwriter. I think they're belting, so give them a listen. I think they're fantastic. Next up, we'll get our Festpod Favourites. This is where we recommend something we've seen that we like. Rich Holmes in North Wales. Let's go to you first.
Hello there.
Hello.
So my Festpod favourite this week, Bloodstock dropped the black on black logo t-shirt, and it is fucking stunning. It's 30 squid, sizes small to 3XL or small to fat bastard, which is what I would wear.
And me.
It's for a man or a woman. It's beautiful, printed front and back, Bloodstock on the front, established 2001, and a lovely image of Stan on the back. I think it's bloody lovely, and that's all I'm going to say. It looks lovely. Just yeah, get one.
It is great. This and the fact that it's black on black,
yeah,
which means it's there. The image on it is there, but you might have to look a little bit closely to see it.
It's double black. It means it is like the darkest of black metal you're ever going to find. And also, just whilst I've got you, Bloodstock have got an offer on at the moment as well. If you add a 2024 festival t-shirt to your basket whilst you're buying this, you get it for half price while stocks last. That's until the 31st of March 2025.
That is a good deal, actually, because they've got. I really like the Bloodstock merch. Actually, they've got some really nice stuff.
And it's not all black. There's some, coloured stuff and some lighter kind of pastel-y colours as a main kind of colour body for the tees. I think that the merch is great. I wish I could afford more. Oh, I've just seen the black on black mug. Oh,
£10 for a mug, yeah, black on black mug.
That's beautiful.
Same price as our mugs. Festpod.co.uk. Yeah, beautiful, really nice. Do you know what though? It's merch is it's important. I mean, if you're going somewhere that you've had a great time, you've made some fantastic memories that you'll remember forever.
Yeah,
a nice memento.
Yeah, it is important, and it's important for that. It's not everybody wants to take pictures or video or whatever, and just having something, if it's a patch, a pin badge, a t-shirt, a hoodie, a mug, a onesie, whatever. I think it's so good. And the flip side of that is festivals and events cost money, and merch sales is a massive thing for them. And it's money that can come in, especially stuff like this, when it's not festival season. So I think it's fantastic. What about you this week, Neil? What is your Festpod favourite?
I love this now that we're saying this week, like we do an episode every week.
Oh, bugger.
It's all right. See, I started that. It's my fault.
I blame you, yes.
It's because I've been listening to old episodes where I mistakenly say week. Because it's never been weekly.
That'd be the dream, wouldn't it, that it was weekly? But, if we keep talking about it, maybe we'll do it. Who knows?
You never know. Imagine there was enough news to do it every week, which I don't really think there is.
Imagine there was enough editing time in this life for an episode every week.
I know. Which is why you generally get an episode every month, because you have to let the news build up a bit, because we can't keep it up for every. Imagine if there was a daily episode. Oh, wow. Imagine we did this every day.
Wow,
live,
a live 15-minute bulletin.
Oh, who wants that? That's no good, is it? You want to, because the thing is, with a podcast, you want it whilst you're driving.
Yes.
You want it whilst you're doing your housework or doing other things.
It'd be slated as 15 minutes, but with all the fuck ups you make doing it'd probably go on for about 3 hours, so it'll be fine.
Richard Holmes.
I'm sorry.
I know where you live.
And I know where you live.
That's true. So my Festpod favourite for this episode is something that I you may well be aware of this particular idea or product, but I just wanted to share it because I just think it's such a great idea. So let's say you want to go to a festival, and you are bringing some of your own drink, which is quite normal, because drinks at festivals are expensive.
You could use it for water as well, of course.
I see, yes, this is very true. Now, I discovered little plastic pouches which are sealable with like a sort of... Right, imagine, what are they called? Like a sort of orange drink that you can get in a pouch.
Capri Sun.
There you go, Capri Sun.
Sorry if my fart came across on mic then as well.
Well, no, it didn't actually. Not to me anyway. Perhaps it'll come out in the edit. But you could capture one of your farts and put it in this bag.
You wouldn't want to.
Basically, you can fill these pouches with drink. You can get... there's 500 ml, which is like a Coke bottle. One of them little Coke bottles. Drink bag. You can get 16, 5, 10s, 16s in this particular example that I'm looking at here on eBay. And I just think it's a great idea because they're quite slim, aren't they?
Are they reusable as well?
They are reusable.
So when I say that, I mean instead of somebody just getting the cock out and pissing on the floor, they could piss in the bag and then put it in the bin.
You'd have to have a very... Yeah, all right. Yeah. I mean, the opening is quite small. So, fair play if you manage it, but I wouldn't... Oh, God, what's that full of?
Well, the opening is quite small, so...
Yeah, there's a white liquid in this picture. So, let's move on.
There's my piss sample there at the front.
Oh my God! Yes, let's not imagine bodily fluids in these bags. Let's not do that. You do get a little funnel thing to help you with your aim.
There you go. So the opening is big enough now, isn't it?
So basically, these £3 gets you. Let's have a look here. 500 ml pouches for £3, which is and you get free postage and stuff. So I'm giving you an example of a product rather than this particular seller. So you'll be able to find different sellers with different similar products. They are also available from Amazon. You can also get a nice posh version from Fat Frank, believe it or not. Fat Frank does a version. Let's have a look at that. It's listed as a water bottle,
of course,
and it's got a proper lid on it, so it's not coming off. There's no worries about it actually popping off or anything. Let's have a look at this.
Oh, nice.
You see, these are proper.
That is a robust lid.
Yeah.
That is a quality product from Fat Frank's.
Yeah, it is. Look at the lid on it. Oh. That's a proper lid.
You're going to get no spillage there whatsoever.
Yeah, so you've got options, but if you were trying, let's not say that. Let's not say that, Neil. If you want to get into your festival, and you've only got so much room. You've only got so much room to put all your stuff. You don't want big bottles. You want it to be nice and flat, so you can walk in with your drink, and yeah. So I'm not saying it, Rich. I'm not saying it, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it, though.
Everybody knows what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not actually saying it. When it happens, we're going to have a big party. So anyway, that is my Festpod favourite for this week, and that rounds off the episode. It's been a weird episode, but I think a weird episode every now and again is all right.
It keeps us on our toes, and it gives you something to do in the edit.
It does. It keeps me busy. So if you've enjoyed the show, please like it if you're looking at it on any of the social media. If you're listening on a podcast or, if you happen to be watching on YouTube, subscribe to us for free and you'll see us again. Wherever you've found us, you can subscribe, which is nice. So we are on the socials, like I say, and YouTube. We're everywhere just by searching for Festpod. Nice and simple. If you'd like to support the show, head to our website, which is festpod.co.uk, and click on Support Us to find all the merch for sale, and our Patreon. You've got a Patreon as well, so if you'd like to support us on a continuing basis, that you can. Thank you very much for those who are doing that. It all goes to the show, and pays for all the beautiful websites and all the services that we use in bringing what we bring you to you. So thank you for your support. And that's it for episode 72. Thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
A Wilco Productions podcast.
Top of the Spuds.